Hi, good afternoon. Sorry I'm a couple of minutes late. I'm going to have to be doing this class without music today because I'm having some problems. So somebody has tried to get into my account, so I'm blocked. Anyway, happy Friday, and this is going to be half an hour of fitness Pilates, so hopefully you're going to join me. I really appreciate it, guys, if you are. And just going to work through some core exercises, core strengthening exercises, some mobility work, and just really a good overall stretch. Working on tightening up the core throughout, but concentrating as well on your breathing, which is breathing in through the nose and breathing out through the mouth. And as I said, I won't have music on today. If you make sure that you do have a little glass of water, give yourself space, and we're just going to get straight into it today. Just concentrate, lengthening the muscles, focus on your technique, and if something doesn't feel right and you want to make it a little bit easier, take rest breaks as and when you need them. So just going to start just now, and want to really just be rolling the shoulders back. So take a deep breath in through the nose and breathe out and sink the shoulders and squeeze into the back. Breathe in and breathe out. Breathe in and out. In and out. And then come the other way. So breathe in and out. So really squeeze back as you lift. And then we just want to be reaching out to the side. So take a deep breath in, lengthen through the fingertips and come back. I want you to really feel that you're stretching out, getting right into the breath. So we're breathing in through the nose and we're breathing out. And one more time, the side. And then we're going to change that. So tummy in tight, take a deep breath in. And breathe out and back and really lengthen. It's really good to stretch out. And if I didn't introduce myself at the beginning, I'm Gail Harkness, and I work for Power Club for 3D Leisure at Home. Really tighten this core now. Take a deep breath in, reach up, and then breathe out and across. And back and change it. Take a deep breath in and breathe out and back. So we want to be lifting one knee. So take a breath in and an out breath, bring it up, squeeze the stomach muscles and back. So we breathe in, out and in, and really lift and change sides. So try and get the two hips level as you lift. So you're not leaning over, you're trying to focus just on your alignment. So nice and tall. And then change sides. Lift up and hold. Balance it. Hips level. Might find better balance with the hands on. And then if you can, take the hands away. Take a deep breath in. And then we want to swoop the arms out. And then we want to drop down with the chest, lifting the leg behind. And take a deep breath in through the nose and breathe out and slowly control the leg coming back down onto the floor. So do that same side again. Take a deep breath in and then take a breath out. Take a deep breath in, and as you breathe out, we sink down. Lift the leg behind, take a deep breath in. And as we breathe out, we bring that leg back down. Changing sides, take a deep breath in, out breath, nice high knee, level hips. Take another deep breath in. As you breathe out, sink down. Now you might have a better side than the other. And take a deep breath in before you come back. Breathe out slow, control that leg coming down. If you pull in really tight, it should give you better balance. So another deep breath in through the nose. Breathe out. Deep breath in through the nose. Breathe out. In through the nose. And breathe out. Excellent. So we're just going to lift the leg as we reach out to the side. So we want to take a breath in through the nose, breathe out and lift, breathe out and in, breathe out and in, one more, and change, breathe out and in. Try and lift this leg, you want to really feel it in your obliques, control, last one, and back, hands up, bring the knee up, bent knee. When you bring your knee up, try and open up your hip. So it's not kind of at an angle, you're trying to lift, keeping your hip level, but the knee pushing back, and we're going to dig down. So take a deep breath in, breathe out, and in. Breathe out. Ooh, losing my balance there. Breathe out. So really think about pushing your knee back as you're lifting, digging this elbow down so you feel this waist working hard, and you feel it maybe into the hip flexor, change. So breathe out. So again, push this knee back. The higher you come, the more you dig down, the more you feel it into the waist and the hip. One more, guys. And back. Just want you to pretend you're sitting in a chair that's too far away, feet hip width apart, so your feet and knees and hips are always in line together. Take a deep breath in, and as we sit back into that chair, you want to lengthen the arms out and then come back up. So take a deep breath in and reach and breathe out. And again, breathing in, arms coming up, breathing out, and one more time, breathing in and breathing out. So from there, I want you to roll down, hips again level, above your toes, hips in line. Take a deep breath in, and as we breathe out, we just want to reach down, curl the head down, and just control the rolling down to where you can reach, hold, let the head get heavy. Take a deep breath in, draw the stomach in and arch the back on out breath, roll all the way back up and roll the shoulders. And this time we're going to reach down, so only stop on the front of the shins. Take a deep breath in, breathe out, slide the hands down, drop the head down. We're going to come down. If you need to stay above the knees, it's fine. And then on next in-breath, I want you to stretch the core of the head forward. You'll feel this up the back of the legs. And breathe out and just allow your body to fold down. Breathe in, lengthen, flatten the back, tummy up, lengthen the head. Breathe out, fold. And again, breathe in. And breathe out. Drop the hands down and just walk out here into your plank position. So again, we are tummy up, guys. Stomach up tight, pushing through the hands, tummy up, bottom, no high bottom, nice plank position. If it's too difficult, bring your knees down onto the floor. So we're holding. If you can, on out breath, I want you to twist up to ceiling. So we take a deep breath in, we breathe out, we stretch up, and we come back down nice and slow, and then we change. We breathe out, we lift, and back down. And if you need to do this from knees, then just drop your knees onto the floor. Try when you're coming back down to control that you're not wobbling of your hips. So keep that going. Just going to angle this a little bit more. I'm having one of those days today. There's an alarm going off in the background, I apologise. And no music. And rest. So we're going to just sit back onto the heels with the bottom. Allow the arms to drop forward to the front. Drop the head onto the floor. And just relax and enjoy the stretch. When we come back up, we want to be onto fours, hands underneath your shoulders. And bottom, sort of in line, tummy up. So we want to have the bottom and the knees and the hips directly above one another. And we're just lifting up into cat stretch, out breath, arch, in breath, drop the tummy down, lift the bottom and the head, out breath, and in, back to centre. So I now want you to just lift one leg back. So we're lifting the leg in line with the hip. And we want to just curl into hamstring curls. So take a deep breath in, breathe out, squeeze, breathe in, lengthen. So breathe out, squeeze. Really try and get the heel towards your bottom. So you're feeling it into the hamstring. And hold, and then we want to tap from side to side. So we're coming over to the right, so take a deep breath in and breathe out and tap over and back to centre, in breath, tap out the other side and keep this going. So we are breathing out and in and out and in. So really reach, keep the head in line with the spine. If I'm looking up at the camera, it's just so that I can see, that you can see what I'm doing. But if you're doing this at home, keep that head looking down. The head is always an extension of your spine, and we're keeping this going, guys. Breathe out and in. So hopefully you're feeling this. Control it. Go wide and back. Breathe out and in. And hopefully you're starting to feel a little burning sensation. The muscles getting a little bit more tired. Breathing out and in. And then we'll have a little change. Give me a cat stretch before you do your second lot. So breathe out, curl up. Breathe in. Drop, breathe out, and in. Taking the other leg now behind, so take a deep breath in, lift that leg, lengthen, point your toes, out breath, curling in, and in breath, lengthen. Breathe out, squeeze the hamstring. And here, make sure your knee is in line with your hip, so it's not a knee down. We are trying to hold the knee in line. We're trying to hold the belly button up, and we are really trying to squeeze this heel to your bottom. And really squeeze, and then lengthen, hold, and then this is coming out to the side. So take a deep breath in, breathe out, bring that foot out, breathe in, centre. Breathe out, bring it across and back, and keep this going. So you're wanting to really reach and back. Breathe out and in. Breathe out and in. Breathe out and in. So really stretch, work the tummy muscles, really lengthen through the toes. Lengthen out and back. Hopefully you're feeling this. Breathe out and in, and sit back onto your heels. Rest. So we're going to come on to elbow plank, and I just want you to tap out one side to the other with that leg. If this gets too much, just stay in a plank, and if it's really, really too difficult, always bring the knees down onto the floor, guys. So always work within your means. So this leg, we're trying to come out to the side, tapping and back. If you're on elbows, it'll be more difficult because you're restricting the movement that you have between the body and the floor. If you're on full arms, it'll be easier because you've got a little bit more, so you can do whichever. I'm going to go from elbows, but you can go onto straight arm, into your plank position. So we are tummy up, bottom down, and on out breath, I want you to take the leg out and back. We're staying on the same side. Breathe out and in, out and in. So you might want to be a smaller tap. So you might just be tapping out, a small little movement, or you might be coming out wide. If you're coming out wide, you'll feel a lot more in your core and your obliques. Keep it going, 2 more, and rest, sit back. So it's not as easy as it sounds. And we're going to come back up. So I'll start off in a full arm, stand back into your plank, take a deep breath in, breathe out, tap out, breathe in back. So this might be small taps, it might be big taps, or from elbows, it'll be hard. Try and keep your bottom down, breathe out and in. And if it's too difficult, just stay in a plank or a knee plank, and you can just hold that, have a rest, come back in. If you're still keeping going, give me another 2 and 1, well done. So we're going to come up onto the knees, and we're going to do our lean backs. So again, tight abdominal muscles, knees directly under hips, hip width apart, arms out, take a deep breath in, breathe out, sink back, breathe in, back. Really push forward with the hips. We did this last week if you joined me. And in, breathe out, and in. So push out those front of the legs and the hips as you lean back. So you really want to squeeze out the hips. So you want to draw down the belly button, and let's see if you can stay back. Now if it's too difficult, you might be further up, and if you're really leaning back and pushing your hips out and pulling in this belly button, you'll be feeling this down the front of those legs. Quads are firing up. Squeeze, keep breathing. And if you want to go back on out breath, knees into harder, hold, and come up. So we're just going to lengthen out the front of the legs. So we want to just slide back one leg. Slide back, push that hip down into the floor or towards the floor. And then take a deep breath in and an out breath. Drag this heel into the bottom or towards the bottom. Hold. And on out breath, squeeze tighter. In breath, hold. Out breath, really, really squeeze. Great stretch for down the front of the hip and the quad, front of the leg. Really squeeze. You might want to hold 2. If you have good balance, you might want that arm off the floor, and if not, you keep it down. And change. So we're on to the other side, sliding back the other leg. Get the stretch into the hip by pushing down first. Take a deep breath in, breathe out, drag your heel towards your bottom. So you really, really want to be squeezing tight here. Drawn in. If you're very, very flexible, you might want to hook the elbow and draw that leg down. And if not, you might want to use a strap to draw the leg in. And you might want to do 2 hands Whatever feels good is always good for you. And let that leg go slowly. Don't let it collapse onto the floor. So we're going to take it into arms out, knees hip width apart, lengthen through the fingers. Can't believe it's Friday already. And take a deep breath in, breathe out, bring the arm down, fingertips onto the floor if you need to, and lengthen this leg out. Lift this arm up. Think of a pencil line between the two shoulders. So if you're leaning forward, take this arm back and just on fingertips. And I want you to lift right up to the ceiling. Take the fingers off the floor. Take a deep breath in, breathe out, reach up, fingers off, and breathe in, back down. So it's ever such a small move. Breathe out and in. Breathe out and in. So really reach here. You're working right into the waist. Breathe. And again. And extend the arm above your head. Get a big long stretch. Breathe out. Bring the foot and the hands together. Breathe in, lengthen. Breathe out. Breathe in. And breathe out. And in, and come back up. Take the arms out. Bring that knee in. Extend the other leg. We come down onto the floor. Take a deep breath in. Breathe out. Reach over. Lengthen that leg, toe pointing, arm up. So take a deep breath in through the nose, breathe out, lift up, breathe in, down, and make sure you feel this stretch as you lift up. Tighten up the core, lengthen through the fingertips. So we're barely coming off the floor with the fingers, but we're extending that upper arm up to ceiling and down. One more, guys. And stay down. Extend the arm above the head. Feel the stretch right up the full length of that waist and right up the lats. And on out breath, hand and foot. Breathe in. Really stretch above the head. Breathe out. Really lift and squeeze. And breathe out, and in, and out, and in. Come back up nice and slow. Bring the knees in and really stretch. Widen the knees ever so slightly. Take a deep breath in and breathe out. Really stretch and back. Take a deep breath in, breathe out. Really stretch and back. And again, you don't have to go too low. If you feel it's too much, then you can have this hand on the waist and you can just gradually reach over and back. Breathe out and in. Hips forward. Breathe out. Belly pulling in tight. Really, really navel to spine, draw back. Really squeeze it. And one more. Well done. Going to bring it back onto our sit bones. Sitting down. Time is going so quick, so we just want to lean back into my feet are hip width apart, and I have not too close so that I can have my balance. Arms are forward, and on out breath I want to curl my spine. So I want to drop down, lifting my hip bones up. So breathe out, bring it back. This is the one you think of getting on a tight pair of trousers and you're trying to draw in. On out breath, if you can, we're taking it lower. Now lift those hips, draw down. Everything pulling to centre. Take a deep breath in, breathe out. Hold. Now, if you can, on out breath, lift one leg, in breath down. If you can't, it's fine, just stay. You might want to have the hands behind if it feels too difficult. And so as you breathe out, you really draw down, really work on the concentration of pulling in everything. Think about where you're working. Are you squeezing as tight as you can possibly squeeze? Can you go that inch? And if you can, bring the legs up, tabletop. And we are lifting and lifting the legs. If it's too difficult, hands back on the floor. And we are holding, guys. If you can, cross these feet. And what about taking the feet down and the body down? And then coming back up. Taking it down and back up. You might want to stay. You might want to cross. Hands might be behind. Are you keeping going? Woo! And draw up the shoulders and the head. Lengthen the spine. Now really sink back, lengthen through the arms. Get the stretch into the back. Take a deep breath in. Breathe out and lift. And take a deep breath in through the nose. And stretch back, hips up. And we're just going to lie down. Take a deep breath in. Roll down slowly, arching vertebrae one by one, nice and slow, all the way down. Hands above the head. Lengthen the feet. And we're just going to try and just come up onto your sit bones on out breath. And in, roll down. So I'm coming right up to sitting position. If you can't do that, you just reach up and back. Out breath, in breath, out and in. So I want you to kind of pause when you're up rather than using momentum. And I want you to think as you roll down, each vertebrae coming down. So breathing out and in and out. Now stay down with the body. Take the legs up and we're just going to stretch down into the hamstrings. So we want to drop one leg down, draw the other leg back. So we want to be, breath is in on one and out on the other. So in and out, in and out. You might want to do a double, in and out. Or you might want to do singles and slow them down. So nice stretch, stretch, nice and controlled. And then grab both knees in. Give yourself a hug, lengthen the head, lift the head and stretch. Roll side to side. If you have any comments and you want to put them on, I will get back to you. And hopefully you enjoyed that today. We want to just stretch out into the outer thigh and into the back. Legs are up, arms are out, full length in line with the shoulders, hands grounded. Cross your leg, keep it close on the gap. Out breath, drop the knees down towards the floor. In breath, hold. Use the top leg to pull down that bottom leg. You might want to use the other hand on to assist to get a bigger stretch. Try and keep the shoulder down on the floor. Breathe through it. And uncross. Cross the other way, take a deep breath in and out breath. We drop the knees, we look away from the knees. Allow the stretch to take place. Out breath, use that top knee or use your hand and draw down the knee. It's such a lovely stretch right up the spine, out the thigh, the glute muscle. Try and keep your shoulder down. and come back up. Grab your knees, roll up and cross your legs comfortably to the front. And we're just going to do a little waist stretch, hand behind, take a deep breath in, breathe out, and over. Other side, breathe out, and in. One more, and sorry if I've took you a little bit over your time. And rest and breathe out, stretch to the front, breathe in, hold, breathe out, take that to the back, lift on out breath, sink the shoulders down, away, create space between the shoulders and the ears as you lift. And if it's too uncomfortable, just put your hands on your lower back, squeeze your elbows in, and feels so good. And just tip the head side to side, and then just twist over your sort of shoulder and back, over the other shoulder and back. I'm holding on so I can get a little bit more twist into my neck here. I'm breathing out as I twist back, breathing in, and then I'm just going to take this head of mine down. So on out breath, I just want to drop my chin down onto chest. It's such a nice stretch for the back of the neck. If you have been on computers for a length of time, then the head is always tipping back and you want to kind of lengthen. So out breath, we just gently letting the head drop, don't overstretch. And thank you so much if you joined me today. Hope you enjoyed that. Sorry I didn't have any music on, but hopefully you enjoyed it anyway, and you worked through that. Have a little drink of water now and go on to have a fabulous weekend. And I'll be back next Thursday for Fat Burn Extreme at 7:30 in the morning, so that's high intensity, and this one is a lot more relaxing but excellent for the body. So hopefully you enjoyed that. You go on, have a good day, and I shall see you next week. Take care. Thank you. Bye.